Hello there, and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts Tarot reading. Don't know why I've got a frog in my throat, but there you go. It is Tuesday the 17th. Is that right? Let me just check. 17th of June 2025. It is a hot one here in London. So the hair is up and it is certainly hot and sweaty. But you don't need to know that. Welcome. How are you all? It's so nice to be able to be here with you. I am going on a week-long break, starting after this tarot reading, after I get my bits and bobs together. And I'll be busy doing other things for about a week or so. So if you want to book, you can still get in contact with me and we can schedule something from when I get back. Or if you want to send me a message, that's fine too. I will be responding to messages and to emails. I just won't be able to practice anything until, or do any treatments or sessions until probably this time next week. So I hope you're all well. Here we are, Tuesday Tarot. Welcome to all the new people following me, and welcome to all my regular subscribers and followers. It's always good to have you here. I always try and keep you in mind when I'm doing the reading, because this is a reading for you. So I'm doing it to give some guidance. It's great for me as a platform just to be here, to be with you, to practice with the cards, to practice with the energy, and to deliver something that might be beneficial to you, that might help you in some way. That is why this YouTube channel exists. So let's see what, if you hear some noises, it's just the neighbours downstairs, so sorry about that. You might not pick it up on the camera. I can hear it quite loud. It's kids. So let's see, we have a sunny day. We are coming up to summer solstice. We are coming up to June 21st, which is, I've got one card, which is the start of proper summer, but it is also the longest day. And then, okay, we've got quite a few that have jumped out. I've got that one. I've got that one. I've got that one. And yeah, so summer solstice, longest day, and then it starts to get a little bit shorter day by day, but it's still beautiful long summer days right up till about September, even October. It's fairly bright. I always used to think, oh my god, we're going through so much dark evenings and dark mornings when you're going out to work. But what you find is that by the time you get to December 21st, then you start going the other way. So it isn't that bad. It isn't too bad at all. We seem to have quite a lot of light-filled days. And there's a time for everything. There's a time when you do need to hibernate a little bit, and you do need to kind of... that's the thing as well. Other parts of Europe, I was speaking to a friend who was in the Czech in the week, and she was quite surprised at how bright it still was here. And I was looking at her very much in the dark. So it's that kind of whole thing of evening comes quicker over there, of course, same time, but it's much darker over there, which suits that they're a couple hours ahead. But it was funny because I was saying how bright it was and they were saying how dark it was. You find that as well in America. There's no real difference. It can always, even in the summer, it might get dark quite early, which I guess is good for the biological clock, the circadian rhythm, however you say it. So can we have another couple of cards just to get this tarot business together? And we'll do one more. And then I'll give you a few cards. That's how it runs. This is for your entertainment. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And it's just a little bit of guidance as to the energy as well of what's happening around the world, how you're feeling, how to manage your feelings. I'll also be doing a channel from spirit after this session, where I just open up to spiritual energy, and sometimes it's mediumship, so someone comes through and we have a conversation. or sometimes it's just channeling direct. So I get information put in my head and my job is just to say it. So you're welcome to listen to those as well. So thank you for being here. If you do enjoy what comes through, do give us a little thumbs up and subscribe, because then you'll find out the next one's loaded. If you like what I'm doing, feel free to comment and leave a message below. I read all the messages as well. So thank you so much for doing that. Without further ado, let's get on to your tarot reading. So we have the moon. Now, when is the moon? Let me just see where we are moon cycle wise. Bear with. Okay, I was just checking my diary. We're right in the middle. We're half and half. We're just halfway between the full moon and halfway between the new moon. So this is interesting as well, because it's kind of coming up to the solstice, which is part the way through the year. And then I'm doing like figure of 8 here. I'm doing figure of 8 as well. So it's like half a year of darkness going into half a year of lightness, going into half a year of darkness. So we're in that half right now. I think tomorrow it's absolute half. So the moon card, which is underneath, is showing us that within this read, there's something that we don't know. There's something that's not been revealed yet. So we don't have the full story here. It's very much Cancerian energy, and we are moving into Cancerian energy because Cancerian is the end of June into July. So very much watery, very much emotional. So whatever happens in this period of the Cancer era, a season, let's say, there is something which is going to pull on our emotions. There's something which is going to be quite a lot for us to deal with, and we're going to have to listen to our instincts, but our instincts aren't always what is shown to us. So we have to remember, particularly now with social media, with algorithms, you get shown the same thing over and over again. If you click on something, they'll send your feed lots of things exactly the same. So everybody thinks, oh, you've been watching what I've been watching, and you've been getting the info that I've been getting the info on. But that's not the case. Often it is that people will receive simply what has been propelled at them by an algorithm. So it is important to note that, and it is important to be aware of what you're being bombarded with and how that's affecting you, because you'll be particularly sensitive at this time, and it can be quite a challenge, very much quite a challenge. So the idea is to maintain balance. We have the two pillars here, and we have the two mountains, we have the two dogs, the dog and the wolf. So maintain your balance and trust that instinctual side. So we've got the dog and the wolf, the domestic side. Where do your loyalties lie? The dog is loyal. So where do your loyalties lie? And be aware of that intuitive, instinctual energy with the wolf. The family is important with the wolf. Leadership is important with the wolf. Teaching truth is important with the wolf. And so what is it that's been taught? What is it that's been fed to different generations? And is that truth? Is there more underlying that? Is there more we need to understand? Everything is not just these sound bites. There's always layers and layers and layers and layers underneath it. The crab we have here just as a symbol of the Cancer, but also as a representation of that hard outer shell but soft inside. So even though someone may appear a bit hard and cut off in a sense, which can be quite Cancerian, they're so emotional they kind of shut down their emotions because they can't handle it. So be aware if someone has shut down a little. It's not that they're not sensitive, it's just that it's so overwhelming that they have to maintain a balance, to be able to function. They have to kind of take control of their emotions. But something is going to be revealed this week, and we have the Hermit within the moon. So it's something about that introspection, something about going inside again with that intuition, that instinct. But it's about almost not listening to what you're being fed on the news, what you're being fed on social media, what you're being fed by different prejudices. It's about trusting your instincts, because getting us emotional is what everyone does for the elections. How do you win an election? You speak on something that someone is emotional about. You get them riled up and you touch that touch point for them. If you find out what they're emotional about, you speak about that. If you find out that they're emotional about health and schooling or welfare or whatever, you speak about those things, and then you will have all of those people on you, with you, for you, and on board, I was meaning to say. And so we have to be aware of people using touch points with us and being able to understand what's the manipulation that's happening with that, because it can be emotional, because we can have these deep emotional responses, because we're human and because we're compassionate and because we are coming from a better place. But we have to remember that not everyone is. Okay. It's quite a lot for the back of the deck, which isn't even part of the reading. But anyway, underlying energy. So we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is saying that, yes, we have some money, but we're holding on tight to it. We're a little bit afraid that we may lose out on this money. There's plenty that he's saved, that he's kept in this savings box or chest. It's full of money, but he's so frightened of losing money, he's holding on tightly here. And so there is this element of make sure you keep some money for yourself. If there is some instance where you may have to share money, give out money, this is kind of saying that, but make sure you have some for yourself as well. Make sure you keep some back for yourself. If people are asking for money, don't overgive to everyone. You might win some money and then people are coming looking for it. But it's also to be aware of, you can't hang on to your money. You have to let the money circulate. You have to let the money go out and come back. It's every time you spend, you should be saying, I'm spending £5 here, and as it goes out, it multiplies and comes back 100-fold, and I get £500 back. So it's a circulation of money we have to be okay with. But it's quite positive. 4 is about stability, so it's about being stable with your income, managing your income, being aware of your income and where you are with it. And maybe it is going to take a little bit of management at the moment. Next we have the Page of Pentacles, perhaps because you decide to take up some form of study. You decide to invest your money in something. You decide that you want to go back and start something new, which might lead to business, lead to money. It's like doing a course, doing a workshop in something that you might, be trained in something, and therefore you can go out and earn money from it. So it's that point of study, that point of tipping into something, and it's new, it's a page, it's young, it's new, it's fresh, nothing has got roots yet. So we have all these little shoots here that are sown in these drills, and so they're expected to grow. And so we're sowing these seeds, we're putting down these seeds before they've grown, before they've borne fruit. We toil the soil, and in doing that, we're making sure we're planting in fertile ground. We're happy with the way things are, we're happy with the way things are being planted, and we are bringing that energy of creation. We're sending this energy into the earth. Pentacles are about earth, so it's grounding this thing, rooting this thing for you. And it may be that you have 4 Pentacles, but you decide to take one of them, that you're reluctant to give away, but you decide to invest in something. You decide to invest this money in something that will bring rewards, that will, you can reap the harvest. It's not ready yet, and maybe it'll be springtime when it does come to fruition. So you have to plant now, so that by the time springtime comes, you're fully fledged. Or you have to study now, and by the time springtime comes, you will be receiving the abundance, the money, the reward, the comeback from everything that you've invested in. So it's new, it's fresh, it's that energy of like you're taking up a course where you have to put in time, you have to put in the hours, you have to pay for the course. There's a period you'll have to go through, because you have to go through all the different semesters, or all the different workshops, or all the different teachings, or all the turning up to class. You'll have to go through all of that before you get whatever's happening at the end, okay? And then we have Five of Wands, which is, you can see, it's a bit of conflict. So there is some conflict here. There's some conflict, and this can be petty in-house fighting, within your work. There can be a bit of aggravation. There can be people in a bad mood. There can be some attitudes and opinions that people have and turn against each other in a way. This can also be your own inner conflict. Bear with. So your own inner conflict, this conflict that you have within, and that might be to do with, are you going to take this leap of faith? Are you going to do this study? What are the different players here that you're going to have to fight between? This is creative as well, so this is Wands, which are fiery and passionate and creative. So you might have to speak up on something. You might have to get passionate about something. You might have something that you're passionate about. And this is asking you to kind of work it out and unravel it, whatever conflict is within, unravel it, because the inner creates the outer. So if you have conflict within, you must learn to unravel that. Yes, it's passionate. Yes, your opinions, you're passionate about your opinions. Yes, you've got things to say, and yes, you're going to come up against opposition. But it's working that out. It's not incredibly serious just yet, but the best thing to do is to work it out now before it should get serious or difficult in any way. And next we have the Hanged Man. So actually he's this way. So there is a period of patience and waiting. So perhaps you're not getting very far, perhaps you're not achieving as much as you wanted to just now. Perhaps you feel in limbo, you feel stuck, you feel actually you can't do anything. I'm hanging here on this tree. It's an inconvenience. You are gaining wisdom while you're hanging around, while you're doing nothing, while you're in this state. But he's not struggling too much because he can't. What's the point of struggling? He could actually just unhook his foot and slide right out of there if he wanted to. But there is something about the Hanged Man which is saying, let's change our perspective. Let's turn him the right way up. And then see how we feel about it. See how we look at this situation. How we look about this business investment. How we look about this time that we spend with the new study, new adventure, new in putting our energy into something, growing something, sowing the seeds. And yes, there's conflict. Yes, there's anger. Yeah, rage even possibly within. But we have to maintain a patience with ourselves, patience with our physical body, a patience with the world delivering to us what we need. Again, we have the two tree trunks. So it's, have we been out of balance? Is that what this has all been about? The moon has been saying that we need to bring it back into balance. There's big challenges. This was unforeseen. We didn't see this coming. But we are here now, and we're waiting. We're waiting for this to pass. And what's one of the best ways to wait for it to pass? Don't get locked up in the energy of fighting and quarrelling. Find peace. Go back to peace. Go back to your emotions. Oh, it's the next card. Hang on. Go to your hermit. And yes, the hermit is about being alone, spending a lot of time on your own, enjoying your own company. Yeah, you're happy on your own. But also the hermit is about, let's look inside. Let's have a good look inside and see what's going on. Because it is only through introspection, which happens, you can only do it on your own. Even if you're in a group of people, when you are in meditation or going inward, you're going into you. So you're not an open book for everyone in the room. You're going into you, to your own self. And so the hermit is here to say, this is a time to find your spiritual senses, to find that guidance, like he's got the light guiding him. So find that guidance within. Find that light within. you're being taught something through this. It is difficult. We have the stormy water here, so it's emotional. But once we go in, we can manage those emotions. We can cool that rage with the water. And that's important. We also have the earth element here. Again, with the animal, we've got the snake. And we are in the year of the snake. So this is very much timed for this year. It's possibly karmic if you're going through this. But we have to understand that the light always shines. The light always guides us in the most difficult circumstances when we feel alone. And this might be it as well. We're feeling alone. We're feeling isolated. We're feeling like it's just us. We're feeling like we're going through this difficult thing and we're not enjoying it. It's emotional. It's causing some ripples in our waters. And this is the Virgo card as well. So know that there is a period of introspection, a period of self-discovery here. And it may come to fruition. It may clear and be able to move forward, perhaps around end of August, beginning of September, because that is Virgo time. And the idea of the Hermit is that he takes what he has learnt from the past and he turns around and he moves forward. So there is a moving forward here, perhaps around August, September time. So while we are in the Cancerian, we have to dig deep. We have to know that we are going to be short of money, but we know that we have already planted seeds. We have already planted seeds. It takes a while for things to grow. It takes a while for things to change. That is causing the frustration. That is why we need to change how we look at this situation. We need to understand that we are going through something which may feel isolating, but there is light. We are being guided and we are moving in the right direction now. And we finish with the Empress, which can be mother, which can be mother-in-law, Mother Earth, Gaia. It's richness, it's abundance, it's fruitfulness. It's a very fertile card. So this is a card of fertility, pregnancy. So she is reaping what she has sown, which could be a karmic thing. So they say, what seeds are you sowing? You reap what you sow. So what seeds have you been sowing? And then with regards to manifestation, what have your majority of your thoughts been? So where has your thinking thoughts focused on? So if you're having a few good thoughts and try to come back to it, but the majority of your thinking is negative, or the majority of your thinking is heavier, or the majority of your thinking is unlimited thoughts, you're blocking this fertility. And we have the waters here. The water is needed to keep the land fertile. So we need to release our emotions. We need to bring that sensitivity. We need to water our land, our body. Use water as healing. Use and bless water and drink water. But it's a proper cornucopia of fruits and flowers and harvest and wheat. So things are going to get better. Things are going to move into a better phase. This is very much femininity, very much sensuality. So perhaps through everything, actually finding your true feminine, finding your true goddess, the empress energy is what is required. And it is grounded. She's on the earth. She has taken in the harvest. She's reaping the rewards. She's dressed in flowers. There's roses all along her dress. So there's this just feminine energy coming here at the end. And perhaps we had to learn that. Perhaps we had to learn that because the struggle was about money. The struggle was about money. We had some money, and then we had to let go of it, even though we didn't want to, which left us with one coin. And we're feeling like, oh my God, I'm trying to build things on one coin, and I've got all these little things that I'm doing, all these shoots of activity, but it's still not near where I want to go. And that is causing us conflict, inner conflict. That is causing us frustration. But we have to remember to be patient. we have to remember not to feel struggle, but to just see it from a different perspective. Look at it differently. You are the hermit. You have had to go inward. You've had to accept this period of isolation, of vulnerability. Because when you go in, you tune into that light, and that will guide you out. That will take you out. And here we have the waters again. The waters, the fertile waters, the emotions. What are you feeling? Get in touch with that and go deeper. Because if you're up in your mind and you have these angry thoughts and frustration, and you want to go deeper, what's behind it? That's where the gem lies. So you need introspection for that, to find out what is the frustration, what's causing it, where is it really coming from? And then you go another layer. Well, what's that about? And then you go another layer. Well, what's that about? So you have to go down to 4 or 5 layers before you get an energy that is easy to change. But because you're at this top point, everything feels overwhelming. And that causes the conflict. So here we have the new light, which will shine, which will guide you, which will move you out of this uncomfortable phase into fertile, feminine, abundant, peaceful, relaxing, receiving. She's sitting there, ready to receive. She's not out with active energy moving outwards. She's sitting back. She's put her energy into her back, and she is open to receive. And she is receiving. She's got all the fruits, all the wheat. There's plenty there for her. So that's really interesting. Let me just go to the Ask Your Guides Oracle by Sonia Choquette. Choquette. Don't know. Oh, sorry, kicked the table. Let me know if that resonates. I'm feeling it will resonate for 1 or 2 of you for sure. And it makes me think of illness. Anyone who's unwell, who's going through a period of illness, often you have to stop work to recuperate, and that means the money can dwindle, and there's so many projects you have on the go, but you have less money now, and that can cause so much frustration if you can't get where you need to be, where you want it to be, where you wish to be right now. And it's frustrating, and you're angry at yourself, and you're angry at the world. And it's that conflict, that rage. But you gotta change your perspective. You gotta change how you're feeling, how you're looking, what you're looking at. To maintain balance, go inward. Trust that bits of meditation, bits of quiet meditation will guide you back to that receptive mode. And it's a receptive mode because the thing is, if we are unwell and we've had to pull back from work, and we're not earning as much as we did, it cuts off a lot of things that are available to us. People, places, events, it's just impossible. But what we want to do is, rather than think, I have to do this more and do that more so I can be out there more, we want to be able to receive. We want to trust in that feminine energy about receiving. And that's difficult, particularly for people who are very independent, self-sufficient. Oh my God, that makes me tired. Oh, excuse me. And that's it as well. When you're unwell, your body gets tired and your mind gets tired. And how can you pull yourself out of it? And often with illness, it's not about pulling yourself out of it necessarily. It's about getting yourself to a point where you can gradually take little steps towards something. So that's like the Page of Pentacles. it's these little steps, these little shoots that he's planting. You're not going to get there straight away, but you're willing to plant some little shoots, little by little, because you have these incredible passions that not everyone agrees with, but you have these things that you're passionate about and you want to move forward with. And it's like the Hanged Man. You've got to be able to sit and watch it grow. Sit and watch your transformation, because you are light. You are light. And from that, from knowing that, you need light and water for things to grow. Okay, so let's get a card from this one. And I believe as well that light has been shone in the world. The Hermit, as I'm looking at him, is holding the light up to everything in the past. So any financial scandals, any conflict, any struggle, he is shining light on this in order for it to, oh gosh, he is shining light on this. Oh my God, look at this. So we've got the Four of Pentacles, we've got the One Pentacle, we've got the struggle. Okay, so we've got financial, holding back financially. We've got sowing seeds, holding on to a coin. We've got struggle. We've got limbo. We've got him shining a light on all of these things. So what was I saying? We've got sort of money, financial situations. We've got, and I'm even getting, that illusion of Instagram and stuff. People showing that they've got the money, but have they really? Is it really just shoots that they're, is it fake? It's not real yet, but maybe it's act as if, fake it till you make it. And then you've got all the struggle and the fighting and the passionate about their own either nationality or country or religion, passionate, willing to fight for it. Struggle. Some places feel that they are stuck. They're stuck in between, a rock and a hard place. They're stuck between two elements, two ways, two opinions, two sides. And the Hermit is shining a light on this. And why is he shining a light on it? Because it's happening on Gaia. It's happening in Mother Earth. Mother Earth is fruitful and bountiful and peaceful and full of nature and growth. Sustains us. So we have to shine a light on the darkness in order to bring respect back for Mother Earth. Super interesting. Right, we have a few cards that dropped out. We've only got one. Only one? I thought there was more. Okay, we'll just go with one. Community. Spiritual ancestors, number 3. So this is about your spiritual ancestors. So this can be due to karmic bonds, karmic links, ancestral traumas. So traumas that are passed down from generation to generation. This can be represented here. And I need to be aware of that. But also it's about that spiritual heritage where your ancestors are actually here to help you. They're here to come forward and be with you. They're here to be part of your healing. You're not alone. When you think you're alone, it's telling you you're not. You do have a community who love you, who want to connect with you, and who are there for you. And maybe you're not seeing this wholly in your everyday life, in your physical life, but this is saying spiritually, you have a team behind you. Spiritually, you have a community of workers, of guides, of ancestors who work with you, who are with you. You are not alone. You might feel independent, but you have this link the whole way through. And that is very important. This is the Hermit card. This is about connecting, that introspection, connecting to your guides, connecting to people who are perhaps in the spiritual realm. to encourage you, to help you move forward in whatever direction you need to move forward in. Perhaps you're experiencing something that is linked to them as well. Certain illnesses as well can come down through a family line. So there might be something like that. It might be within your spiritual heritage. So be aware of the spiritual energy and the spiritual ancestors, and how if you're lacking community where you are, tune into that community, because that community is there, and that community will help you overcome what you're going through, so you can go out and meet your community in the real world, in the physical world, in our earthly place. It's very much blue card, so it's about communicating with that energy, communicating with those who want to come through and communicate with you. Are you hearing them? Are you hearing your guides? Are you hearing your spiritual teachers? Are you hearing your ancestors? What is their advice? Because often you can get caught up in your own little world and your own little opinion and your own little viewpoint and your own attitudes and your own judgments. But what is your spiritual ancestry telling you? What do they want to say? Have you thought about that? There is a thing of saying, for example, people in the world now, what you do now is not for you, and it is not necessarily for your children. It is what you're doing, but they say it's for 7 generations hence. So we are doing things for 7 years, 7 generations. Who have we had sort of planting the seeds before us, planting those seeds? And what seeds are we planting for the next 7 generations? Tune into this. Tune into the kind of community you want to be here for the next 7 generations. And this is also looking at your actual community and how you want it to be, how you want it to evolve. What is right for your community and what is not right for your community? How can you bring people together respectfully and respecting each other's belief systems, perhaps, attitudes, but knowing that there is a necessity to be mindful of the kind of community you want to be a part of. And does that mean leaving where you are? Or does that mean moving to a different community, staying where you are, making changes, bringing people in, cutting people out? What is the world around you saying? What is where you find yourself? Is it tolerant? Is it abusive? Is it criminal? Is it heavy? Is it light? Find that community that's right for you. Link with it. Join it. And this is the ancestral link as well, down through the family, all of the ancestral DNA. So this is a DNA thing as well. DNA structure. DNA is waking up. Interesting. I'm going to go for a goddess card now. Just because we have the Empress there, so I think it might be nice just to ask about the Empress energy and about that receiving and about Mother Earth, and how can a goddess help us? How can we embody one of the goddesses energy? Do give us a thumbs up if you think that resonates, or if you think that you know someone who's going through a situation that is kind of coming up here. Do send it on to them with my blessing. Okay, so we're looking for a goddess. Oh, it's such a beautiful card. Mary Magdalene. Unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And this is a difficult one for everyone, because if you are in, say, for example, an illness, it's hard to love that situation. It's hard to love yourself in that situation and other people in that situation. But this card is telling you that you must love yourself unconditionally and love everyone else unconditionally too. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. And this is true as well if there's difficulties within your community, difficulties within Earth, conflicts within Earth. We have to pour out love, which is hard, which is very hard for people. But the more you are removed from that frequency of love, the less able you are to help in any significant way. Because people go into fear, people go into desperation, people go into feeling loss. There's a lot of low vibration energies, which you might think, but like, of course I'm feeling these things. And we would say yes, but what is that doing to your physical body? What is that doing to your mind? What is that doing to your soul? What are you forgetting? You're forgetting the light. You're forgetting that you're a light, like the hermit. You're forgetting that you're being guided by light. You're forgetting that if you look to the light, you can replenish yourself, raise your vibration to help. And unconditional love. There is no condition on this. That is the most difficult one. Because even parental love is often conditional. You know, I'll be nice to you and be good to you as long as you behave in a certain manner. So, unconditional love. It's rare. It's rare, but it's something we have to move towards, something we have to try and emulate. So, don't know why it's nice that we're both in pink though. Isn't she beautiful? She's so beautiful. So, message from Mary Magdalene. I'm not what most people think, yet to defend myself would be to sink to a lower level than I feel comfortable with. Interesting. So it's that keeping the vibration high, because if I go to these lower levels, I'm not comfortable with that. I am one with the divine, just as you are, and it is here that I choose to reside. The lower levels of human bickering, judgment, or chaos are just that, lower levels. I choose to do my work from the level of the higher consciousness, where love reigns supreme. It is here where the most good can be done, and I urge you to do the same. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly dwell. That's a bit like what I was saying, you know, how you're feeling. If you're feeling that despondency, you're feeling that fear, that's where you're sitting. That's what you're creating. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly dwell. So focus your thoughts on the good things that you can find in people and rise above all appearances otherwise. Are you able to find good in everyone and everything? It says, don't worry about what others think or say. Heal the situation with love. Send love to those who have hurt or misjudged you. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done. Release old unforgiveness towards others to help yourself heal and move on. Okay, just a little bit about her here. Call upon her for help, for forgiveness, and opening your heart to more love. So unconditional love is a difficult one, but it is one which we can do our best to move towards. Now, that doesn't mean that we accept bad behavior. What it means is we can love And we can also assert ourselves to respond to any situation. But by being aware at our core that we understand the higher element of the difficult situation. Okay, let's do a colour. I do like the colours because they just kind of find a way of tuning in that's easy. You know, you can wear a colour, or you can paint with a colour, or look at a colour, or, you know, have a scarf or a hat, or just play around with some crayons in that colour. You're just imbuing yourself with that vibration, because colour is light. That's what we said as well. It's about that inner light and that guiding light, that remembrance of light, that we are light. So can we have one colour for the group who are watching? And thank you for watching. It is such an honour to have you here watching. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. Oops, well, that's far too many. Oh my god. I think the cards got a bit excited there. I'm going to put them all in because I don't know which one it is. So can we have a card for Tuesday the 17th and the week ahead? We've got two. Okay, so the first one is Rose, attract a relationship, and this came up before. And the second one is Plum, which is overcome your challenges. And they're very similar. They're very similar in colour here. So it's that rose, reds, pinks, deep reds, and the plum is like that purpley pink as well, deep purpley pink. I love plums. That sounds bad, doesn't it? You know, the fruit. Let's go rose first, which is number 6. Okay. Sorry. Rose is a colour of romance, deep love and affection that assists with opening the heart and attracting a healthy relationship into your life. It can help you if you have low self-esteem, loneliness and sadness. Rose is also great for releasing worry and stress. So if you're stressed as well, there's the thing as well, you know, any stressful situation, any overwhelming situation, any shocking situation, rose and pink, those colours, they're quite sedating, so they help calm the body and they help handle all the shock. We are aware of so many shocking things because of our media, because of what the TV shows us, because of the algorithms. We need to maintain some sort of calmness, and sometimes pink can do that. Pink is very good for shock. So wearing some pink or having some pink around or having pink in a painting, it just sedates. And you don't want too much, so you don't want to be too sedated. So green is the balancer, pink and green. So yeah, just be mindful of that for these difficult times, that pink might help you. But we're talking about a relationship here, okay? The colour rose helps to attract love into one's life. Today, wear a rose-coloured top, shirt or a hat. Focusing on this ray and allowing yourself to be playful and have fun. Different shades of pink, especially rose, awaken your heart and allow you to be open to other people. Okay, the more love you feel, the easier it is to attract more of it. And that also means that the more you put the colour on, the more you're imbuing that colour within you, within your energy field. You're changing how you feel because you're wearing that colour. This necklace doesn't sit properly ever. It's a bit funny, isn't it? Okay, so rose, attract a relationship, get some rose on. And we have then plum. Plums in season. When do they come in season? They come in season, I think, is it August, September time? Is it? Which would match with the is it? 41. It would match with the Hermit being kind of September time. I know you can get them all year round. I get that. Because we get them from everywhere now, don't we? So, overcome your challenges. Plum is a colour of devotion, dedication and commitment that connects you to your heart and life purpose. Creating deep bonds in friendships and relationships. It also assists you to stay strong through hardships and difficult situations, which was what was coming up. Plum is a colour of deep inner strength and faith. Use plum rays to overcome challenges and discover your life purpose. So if you are overcoming this challenge, wear something purple or plumish. Wrap yourself in a blanket. If you're not feeling well, wrap yourself in a plum blanket. It really will help you overcome these difficult and give you that strength that you need. If you're facing something difficult, make sure you surround yourself with plum. Wear plum clothes, shoes or jewellery. Eat plums. Paint with this colour. Visualise a ray of plum to soothe your heart and soul. Find the gift in this challenging experience and allow its insights to come into your mind. Say, Divine Spirit, please use the plum ray to guide me through any challenges I may experience with ease, grace and softness. And that's it. We do need support through this challenge, whatever, if it's a personal challenge like illness, or if it's a global challenge like these difficult times that we're in the world. Plum will help you. So use that colour. Let it help you. And I think I've gone through all my cards. So I've only got one more deck now. So I'm going to do a card for those who are experiencing illness. And then I'm going to do one for the global. So the first one is illness. So we've got a lady. So there may be a female out there who is experiencing this difficulty. It may be you. It may be someone in your family. It could be a mother. And this is a period of change. So 9 with 2 is 11. So it can be meeting someone. So 11 is like the twin flame. It can be meeting someone who's a twin flame. So that could come in from the romance. If you're a man watching this, it could be that you're meeting a lady who's going to be a kind of a twin flame energy. And this is about the divine feminine as well. The divine feminine is coming in for you, like we saw with the illness, the push, doing too much. When the Empress is asking us to sit back and to move into our femininity, to move into our receiving. You can say to yourself, it's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. And therefore there is no need to have push. But this is that feminine energy. This is the yin. This is tuning back into that yin. Using nice colours like rose and plum. Beautiful feminine colours. Nurturing colours. Strengthening colours. What does it say about 29? So, like I was saying, it means a person with pronounced femininity, soft and gentle, who knows how to create coziness in the house and loves a domestic life. It centres on the role of a caring parent, partner or friend. It hints at changes in work that require you trusting your intuition and making unusual decisions. Be more flexible. Look for compromise. In matters of well-being, it speaks about favourable conditions and taking care of oneself physically and emotionally. So it's tuning back into that, nurturing yourself. If you are feeling unwell, bring that femininity in. Make your room cozy. Set it up, the best way you can to make it soft and cozy and nurturing. So again, it's that yin energy, passivity. So you might be that you can't do much where you are at the moment. So you're in this passive energy. So you have to sit back and receive. You can't do much. Your intuition and instincts, again, like I said at the beginning, and nurturing again. So that's interesting. That's for you if you're feeling unwell. And then let's do one for the collective, for the global situation. And we have a card helping us out with the global situation, right? We got number 8. It's coffin. Well, it says a lot, doesn't it? Limitations, loss, disease, and ending of something. It's quite negative, often. Big problems, severe illness, death, everything that relates to loss. And we can see that. We can see that in the global situations. There may be some serious changes and possible crisis. Old fears, trauma, and memories may surface. Material or physical limitations make it impossible to move forward. And this is kind of wrapped into this reading as well. You know, we have the idea of those thoughts, those fears, those traumas, things coming down through the ancestral line, but also what we look at every day and how that is making us think these thoughts, which then affects our body, which then creates illness, so then we can't help anybody. It indicates an exhausted, perhaps depressed person stuck in past grievances. And so let's say it represents an energy of a country or countries stuck in past grievances, reigniting issues from the past. In matters of well-being, it signals complete exhaustion, apathy to what is happening, and to the end of a long illness. Okay, I think it's you know, as it says, it's a reminder to us that everything ends, including us. It's a reminder to us that death is happening around the world. A lot. Suffering, loss. And we have to now step into that Mother Mary energy to change our frequency, to send out healing, to change the frequency around the world, or we'll see more of this. This will continue. It's an 8. So it's like the infinity. This will go on and on and on until it's stopped. Until we have peace, until we can light this candle of peace, which again brings us back to the light. If you can reach towards the light through introspection, you recalibrate. And once you begin to recalibrate your system, recalibrate your physical, recalibrate who you are, recalibrate what you view the world as, you can bring change to the world. And then underneath we've got the 4, which is kind of your home, your stability, foundations, also your mind, places in your mind, your physical body, the physicalness of the world, bringing change to that. Quite a heavy ending. But I think it's going to resonate, and it can't all be joyous, although we have some lovely supportive colours here. We have to be real, and we have to understand that we are the change. So blessings. I hope this helps. Do enjoy. Do watch it again, because there's a lot in here, and one of these things that will go down through all these different levels. And then you go to the next level, and then you go to the next level. So you might need to watch it a few times. But blessings. I hope you have a great week. It'll be a little while before I get back to you because I'm going away. But I hope you have a good week, and let's pray for peace all round. Take care. Bye-bye.